Hello friends, welcome to the very first video series in this course. In this series, I'll be teaching how to efficiently use the PROTEUS simulator. This series is going to cover the basic topic on PROTEUS. In this series, you're going to learn how to work with the components, you're going to learn how to use PROTEUS measuring instruments, you're going to learn how to use components like the transformer, the probe, analog graph. You're also going to be learning how to simulate microcontroller in PROTEUS. I'll also be teaching how to analyze circuits using PROTEUS simulator. PROTEUS or PROTEUS Design Suite is designed by Lab Center Electronics Limited. It's a window-based software tool set primarily for creating schematic, simulating electronics and embedded circuits, and designing PCB layouts. There are two major used features in PROTEUS: the PROTEUS ISIS and the PROTEUS Rs. The PROTEUS ISIS is a feature used by students, hobbyists, and professionals to create schematic and simulation of different electronic circuits. This series will be more of PROTEUS ISIS. In another series, I will be explaining the PROTEUS Rs. The PROTEUS Rs is for designing PCB layouts of electronic circuits. PROTEUS is used for simulation, but on ideal level. So for instance, if you add a pull-up resistor in PROTEUS, it won't give a garbage value. Also, PROTEUS is used for PCB design. It's also another reason to use PROTEUS. I'll be explaining this in detail in another series. So, when you have an idea on electronic circuits, then first design the simulation with PROTEUS. If it works fine, then design the circuit on a variable or breadboard. If it also works fine, then design the PCB with PROTEUS Rs. Thirdly, PROTEUS is also used for designing or testing programming codes for microcontroller. For instance, Arduino code, a PIC microcontroller, or 8051, so on and so forth. PROTEUS allows you to test your code in simulation, and once you are sure that you are getting perfect output, then you can burn it to the microcontroller and test it on a real hardware. So let's open the PROTEUS environment to see what tools are available for us. This is the first page you're going to get whenever you load up PROTEUS. So in this series, I'll be using version 8.6. Like I said before, the PROTEUS has two major features, the ISIS and the Rs. So the ISIS is for the simulation, while the Rs is for creating layout for PCB. Before you can start creating layouts for PCB, you must have created the circuit with the PROTEUS ISIS. So the first thing we're going to do here is to create a simulation. To create simulation in PROTEUS, you click on this icon. This is for the PROTEUS ISIS, while this is for the PROTEUS Rs, which is used for PCB. Okay, this is the PROTEUS ISIS environment. This is where we'll be designing our circuit from scratch and where we'll be doing the simulation. This section is the toolbar, which has simple functionalities. The toolbar functionality is applied to the PROTEUS environment. So for instance, if you want to open an already existing project, or if you want to save your project, or you want to zoom your project, you make use of the toolbar. Then this section, it contains tools which we will be using for our circuits. So most of the tools we're going to be using to design our circuit or to design our simulation will be gotten from this section. This section shows current components which we are going to be using for the circuit or for the simulation, while this section shows an overview of how the circuit looks like. That will be all for this video. In the next video, I'll be talking about working with components, Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.